Welcome to another episode of Myrddin's Kitchen. I'm Myrddin, and this is my kitchen. Today, we're going to make lemon tart. So this is my ingredients. I don't have any flour, so I'm going to use buttermilk pancake mix, sugar, eggs, lemon juice, just in case these don't make all the lemons I need, butter, and powdered sugar for the end for topping. Alright, so what I've gone ahead and done is poured in 1 1/4 cup of the pancake mix. I don't need to add sugar because there's already some of that in the pancake mix already. 5 tablespoons of butter, 1 egg yolk, 2 tablespoons of cold water, and half a lemon, zest of half a lemon. That, I don't know how to word that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and mix that all together and throw it into my springform pan. Alright, so that's about the consistency that I got. And I've already gone ahead and greased up the springform pan with butter. I've never made a pie crust before. I've made a cheesecake crust, but this is a whole different thing for me. So I'm going to go ahead and spread that out and show you it when it's done. Alright, we have our crust all formed up. Sit that in the fridge for about 30 minutes. While I make the filling. Alright, so here's the filling. This is 3 whole eggs, 2 egg yolks, 3/4 cup of sugar, a half a cup of lemon juice that I was able to squeeze from all 3 lemons that I had, 2.5 zest of lemon, 4 tablespoons of melted butter that is slightly cooled, and just a tiny pinch of salt. Alright, so the filling is mixed. I'm waiting for my oven to heat up to 350 before I do what's called a blind bake, which means that for my pie crust, for the crust for this tart, I need to put parchment paper on top and weight it down with, usually you want to have pie weights. I don't have pie weights. I've never made pies before, so what I'll be using is beans to hold down the weight so that way the crust doesn't rise, especially this being pancake mix. I definitely don't want that to rise at all, so that way it maintains a thin, crusty layer. Alright, so we got the springform pan filled with my pinto beans. I'm glad I had some beans. Anyway, I think I'm going to have to cook chili after this. Alright, so we are at 350. Going to throw this in here for, I believe, 7 to 10 minutes. Let me check on that. Sorry, we blind bake for 12 minutes. It's already been in there for a minute, so we'll just do 11 minutes. Then we'll pull it out, take the weights out, then bake it for another 7 to 8 minutes. All right, here we go. Pull that out of here. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna have to grab this with 2 hands. All right, doesn't look that bad. Now, like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing. Looks like it did spring up a little bit, get a little bit of a pancake kind of texture, but whatever. We're gonna throw it back in for about 8 to 10 minutes, and probably 8 minutes, and then put the filling in. All right, so the crust is looking great. I'm going to go ahead and pour the filling in. I'm going to wait for my oven to come back down to 325. Then we're going to bake it for about 25 minutes. And you really want to have kind of like a jello consistency to it in the middle. It's fine if the sides form up, but you want that middle to be more like a jello. We don't want to let it harden, because that will happen during the setting process. All right, there we are. It's just waiting for my oven. I have it set to 325, but it's still cooling down. So we'll throw that in a second and wait to see what happens. All right, there we go. It's got about the same consistency as Jello. We'll leave that sit here for until it cools off. Throw it in the fridge for a couple hours. Once it's sat in the fridge for a couple hours, I'll pop that spring form off and show you the final result. So obviously I need to learn how to do a better job of making pie crust, but it's pretty good, actually. Anyway, we'll see how it tastes tomorrow.